She may not be officially blackballed, blacklisted, but it looks like she's blacklisted. And she will be playing professional basketball during the season, but it won't be for the WNBA.
I can pretty much guarantee that you won't receive a single question from the American media because it appears that you have been banned from the WNBA dump.
Chennedy Carter has always been kind of up against the fence. We're speaking about this Caitlin Clark situation.
So I'm just like, it's like one of those things, like it happens in basketball. I know people try to say, oh.
Do I think she screwed up with the hip check? Yeah, of course. Do I think she has been a not great teammate in the WNBA? Yeah, of course. But is she fun as hell to watch play basketball? Yeah.
She didn't think it would come to this. One cheap shot, one smirk, one moment of arrogance, and now it's over.
In basketball a little bit, there's things called talking what you like to call smack or whatever everybody likes to call it.
Yeah.
Plays before things are said, you know, it's a part of basketball.
2 minutes ago, the WNBA finally made its move. Chennedy Carter has been punished, and behind the scenes, she's in tears. She thought the league would protect her. She thought the headlines would fade. But Caitlin Clark kept rising, and Carter kept running from accountability.
Listen, if people want to portray and paint the narrative that there are racial tensions in the WNBA as a result of Caitlin Clark, I would say that's their own problem. I think Caitlin Clark is doing the right thing, rising above all of the crap that she's had to endure. The amount of fouls committed on Caitlin Clark higher than any other player, flagrant fouls committed on Caitlin Clark higher than any other player. Caitlin Clark was worried about playing the game, and that is why she got Rookie of the Year. She was not worried about the BS.
Now, the silence has broken, and the fallout is brutal. This isn't just a suspension, it's a statement, and it may have just ended Chennedy Carter's WNBA career for good.
Why does it seem like Chennedy Carter has essentially been banned from the WNBA? Maybe, just maybe. After everything that happened last season, after her constant targeting of Caitlin Clark, the cheap shots, the name-calling, the constant attacks on the only cash cow the dump has ever seen, maybe the WNBA finally decided that Chennedy Carter was more trouble than she was worth.
It started with a hit no one saw coming, but everyone felt. Caitlin Clark was moving down the court, unguarded and focused, when Chennedy Carter stormed in and blindsided her with a hit so unnecessary, it stopped the sports world in its tracks. No ball, no buildup, no reason, just impact.
After this controversial foul on Caitlin Clark.
Unnecessary.
Clark's Indiana Fever taking on the Chicago Sky on Saturday.
Raw, calculated, and personal. In that moment, it was clear this wasn't just basketball. It was a message Carter never imagined would cost her everything.
Like, I don't think there's no justification for that. Like, to be honest, I don't think it was she went down the game saying she's going to do that, but come on, it was a little bit worse. Like, it was a much harder hit than she's talking about.
The footage spread like wildfire. Social media exploded within minutes. Commentators were stunned. Former players called it unacceptable. And fans, especially the millions who had just started following the WNBA because of Caitlin, were outraged. But while the world waited for an apology, Carter offered nothing but excuses.
That she still is not taking responsibility for her actions. She's finna blame this whole situation on Caitlin Clark supposedly talking smack to her. This is crazy, man. Let's get back to it.
She brushed it off as just part of the game, called it a little tap, and implied Clark had said something to provoke it, despite the clear footage showing Clark hadn't even looked in her direction. It was the kind of deflection that told fans everything they needed to know. This wasn't emotion, this was envy. But the real damage wasn't done on the court, it happened in the days and weeks after.
Chennedy Carter cannot find a job in the WNBA. Now, some are claiming that her attack on Caitlin Clark was the beginning of the end.
Chennedy Carter had a choice. Take accountability or double down. She chose wrong. Instead of owning up, she leaned into denial, comparing her actions to NBA scuffles, as if blindsiding a rookie off the ball in a league trying to grow its audience was somehow justified. And the WNBA, they noticed. The media noticed. Her own team noticed.
Like, I don't think there's no justification for that. Like, to be honest, I don't think it was she went down the game saying she was going to do that, but come on, it was a little bit worse. Like, it was a much harder hit than she's talking about.
The punishment didn't come in the form of a press release or a public suspension. At first, it came in silence, a chilling, calculated silence. Coaches stopped calling. Team executives went quiet. Reporters were told to avoid the topic in press conferences. And Chennedy Carter, a 26-year-old guard in her prime, suddenly found herself without a role, without a team, without a future.
I think a play before, maybe I was elbowed. Okay, that happens. Think the next play down, maybe something was said. And then maybe there was like a little clip of somebody like yelling in my face. And then we go down the court. Then I hit like a little bucket, you feel me? Come down, hit like a little nice little mid-range pull-up. And then I just like, just give her like a little like, I'm here. Like, I don't think it was.
The league didn't need to say she was suspended. Their silence said it all. Then came the tears. Behind the scenes, those close to Carter say she didn't expect it to go this far. She thought the backlash would pass, that the story would die out, but it didn't. Because the more Carter disappeared, the more Caitlin Clark soared.
What is she doing wrong? What more do you want from Caitlin Clark? Seriously, what more do you want from her? She's focusing on the game. She lifted her team up, got them to the playoffs, won Rookie of the Year, and then also is denouncing racial tensions when she's asked about it. I'm sorry, I don't see anything more that Caitlin Clark should have done or could have done.
So I think Caitlin, she moves because she knows people follow her no matter where she goes, and she's very strategic about dictating where her value is.
While Carter sat sidelined by controversy, Clark packed arenas, set viewership records, and proved that greatness doesn't need revenge. It needs resilience. And fans, they picked their side. The league saw it, sponsors saw it, and Chennedy Carter, she felt it. She wasn't just punished, she was erased. And that sting, it's finally sinking in.
Chennedy Carter is officially out of the WNBA.
The fallout from that single moment spiraled faster than Chennedy Carter ever imagined. What she thought would be just another rough play, a quick flash of aggression lost in the noise of a competitive season, became the turning point that flipped her entire career upside down. And the worst part? It wasn't the hit that ended her. It was everything she did after. Carter had every opportunity to own it. She could have apologized publicly, called Caitlin Clark directly, or even acknowledged the mistake in a press conference.
Like, you can criticize, especially on the court, when somebody 100% cheap shots your favorite player. Like, there's a level of going at it, but we all know with Chennedy Carter, it went way too far. Like, we can be honest here, it did go way too far with Kennedy.
But instead, she chose silence, sarcasm, and spin. She laughed it off in interviews, danced around the truth, and tried to drag Clark into the mud by implying there had been trash talk. But there wasn't. The footage proved it. Everyone saw it. There was no exchange, no spark, just frustration, born from a player watching her spotlight dim while Clark's only got brighter.
You know what's crazy? Me and my brother went back and watched, and we seen a lot of clips in the NBA of guys getting like pushing LeBron. Like, I think it was Jeff Teague or somebody who like pushed LeBron out of bounds, like said, man, I was mad because like we couldn't stop him. So I'm just like, it's like one of those things, like it happens in basketball. I know people try to say, oh, it's not one of those things.
It's not a personal thing, it's a competitive thing.
It happens in basketball, and like it's just one of those things.
That single act of defiance paired with weeks of unapologetic attitude shifted the entire tone around Carter. This wasn't just about one dirty play anymore. It became a referendum on her professionalism, her leadership, and her maturity. And for a player with a rocky history already, suspended from Atlanta, benched in LA, barely making it onto the Sky's roster, this was the final straw.
When I look at Caitlin Clark, fans are tuning in to watch her. And you know who that's helping? Everybody else. It's helping the Asia Wilsons. It's helping everybody else, the Plums, all that.
They enjoy watching her play, her style, her energy, her shot. Whether it's because her game mirrors one of the greatest players in the NBA in Steph Curry or not, I don't know what it is.
Behind closed doors, team executives began distancing themselves. No one wanted to inherit the drama. No one wanted the media heat. And certainly no one wanted a player who showed no remorse after assaulting the face of the league. The WNBA, a league finally gaining national traction thanks to stars like Caitlin Clark, wasn't about to risk its momentum for someone who refused to play by the rules, on or off the court. And then came the unofficial suspension. Not a league announcement, not a punishment handed down through policy, but something far worse: silence.
I would like to see Chennedy Carter back in the WNBA at some point. I would like to see Chennedy Carter playing basketball because she has that ability, but clearly her reputation, it's not even just her reputation. You WNBA teams and front offices and even other players feel a certain way about it, or else she would be on a roster. When it comes to who's better than who, there aren't more players on rosters, that are in the league that are better than Chennedy Carter. She is one of the top however many players that there are roster spots for, and better than that.
Radio silence from teams, agents, media, and fans. Carter was iced out. Her name removed from rotations. Her minutes vanished. No camp invites, no roster interest. She was frozen in place, watching the league move on without her, faster than she ever expected. Eventually, she looked overseas for a lifeline. Mexico came calling, and she took the offer. But make no mistake, it wasn't a new opportunity. It was a fallback.
Most points by a point guard in a season in WNBA history. Most double-doubles by a rookie guard in WNBA history. Most points by a rookie in WNBA history. Most assists by a rookie in the history of the WNBA. First WNBA rookie to record 2 triple-doubles. First triple-double by a rookie in WNBA history. First triple-double in Fever history. The first player to be named WNBA Player of the Month and Rookie of the Month in the same month. First player in WNBA history with 20 or more points, 15 or more assists, and 5 or more rebounds in a game. She won Rookie of the Month 4 times. Eastern Conference Player of the Week 3 times, single season rookie record for assists, single season rookie record for 3-pointers, single game record for assists, 19, franchise record for most double doubles, 3-pointers, career 10 or more assists in a game, franchise record for most career 10 or more assists in a game. Fastest WNBA player to reach 100 3-pointers. She did it in 34 games, most assists by a rookie in a WNBA All-Star game for which she received the most fan votes ever, 700,000 of those. Fastest player to reach 350 points and 150 assists to start a season regardless of years in the league. People will say, pay more attention to the other folks. Like, she couldn't do it herself. LeBron has teammates, Jordan had teammates. I understand.
A last resort for a player who had been effectively blacklisted from the very league she once had the potential to lead. And that reality hit hard. Sources close to Carter say the tears came not out of guilt, but out of realization. The realization that she pushed too far, that her pride cost her everything, that her attempt to humble Caitlin Clark ended up humbling her instead. Because in trying to send a message with that hit, all she really did was write her own ending.
She was remarkable on top of the fact that she had to deal with so much hate when she got to the WNBA.
It was a stupid decision because it compromises what your ultimate goal is, which is to elevate the WNBA brand.
While Chennedy Carter faded into silence, Caitlin Clark soared louder than ever. The hit that was meant to shake her instead became the very moment that defined her rise. She didn't respond with drama. She didn't fight fire with fire. She simply stood up, played harder, and let her game speak with every possession.
Caitlin Clark is the GOAT.
She signed my jersey. So happy, I'm crying. I'm so happy. This is the best day ever.
Caitlin Clark effect seems to be crazier than year one.
I love watching her score and just everything about her.
They went the extra mile just to watch her play here.
This is great news for women's basketball. Period.
She just brings so much passion to the game, and look at all these people that just want to come and see her.
It is no secret that the Indiana Fever are the most popular team in the WNBA. It is good for the entire WNBA.
Fans rallied behind her. The league embraced her. And suddenly, Caitlin wasn't just a rookie. She was the reason people were tuning in. She broke records. She filled arenas. She became the face of a league in transition. And the contrast was impossible to ignore. While Carter found herself shut out and sidelined, Clark found herself leading a revolution. One player tried to make a statement with a shove. The other made her statement with a stat sheet. And the world chose wisely. ChatGPT said, Chennedy Carter thought one hit could shake Caitlin Clark. Instead, it shattered her own career. What was meant to be a statement turned into a spotlight, and not the kind she wanted. No apology. No accountability, just silence, deflection, and now isolation. While Carter breaks down behind closed doors, Caitlin Clark keeps building, brick by brick, into a legend. The league didn't even need to announce the punishment. Carter's absence spoke louder than any suspension ever could. This wasn't revenge, it was reality. One player crumbled under pressure, the other turned it into power. And now, the tears are real, but the message is even clearer. In the WNBA, class wins. Grace wins. Caitlin Clark wins.
I think that experiencing it, I love Caitlin Clark fans, but Caitlin Clark fans is different. They C Square, shout out to the gang, different. They are very passionate people, and they gonna ride or die.
Listen, Caitlin Clark is a god to her friends. She does no wrong. Do not play. Do not play with her fans.
Let's just say C Square, I'm happy I'm on the right end of it.
We on the right end of the stick, baby, because they
hate to be.
Listen,
because
they love us right now. But if we go right left, it's over for us.
Caitlin Clark fans, I love you back, I promise. Please don't. Her fan. But the one thing I would say about Caitlin Clark fans that I can't appreciate, they'll go anywhere she go.
Oh, they gonna travel. She gonna travel.
And
right there. Right there
I just
with her.
think it's super dope though, because it's they would literally go anywhere she go, and so she's built that kind of platform. It's damn, that's lit.
The association, they gave us a gym that I paid for, not entirely, but they took money out of my check and I paid for it.
You better get the fucking full usage of that.
Man, I got hot tub, cold tub, weight room, full court basketball room. I walk in today, I'm on one side working out, Caitlin Clark on the other side.
Really?
I look at myself, there you go, 2 fucking legends, Patty.
Did you say what's up?
You know I say what's up, but I'm not the type to say what's up to interrupt your workout because I don't like people to interrupt mine. She can shoot the shit out of it.
And the WNBA assist leader this past year.
She can shoot the shit out the ball.
She's a great shooter.
And she's one of those workout people, got to think, anytime I hit the court, I got to hit that bike. I'm older now, so I got to get on that bike and stroll for a couple 5, 6, 7 minutes. So while I'm strolling through the park, I'm looking at her shoot it. And she's one of those shooters where if you know as a gym rat, you guys know, damn, bro, why you throw that pass bad? Give me the ball in my chest. I'm like, oh, she's a gangster also.
She's lighting people up.
Throw me the ball the way I want it.
What drill was it? What drill was she running?
I don't know. She was doing a 2 in a row corner wing. And if you miss, you have to go back to the next spot. And if you missed again, you have to go back to the starting spot. She had a nice drill. I'm literally still in it.
That's nice.
And she was shooting the shit out of it.
Of course she was.
Right. So she was shooting the shit out of it. And
she's the face of the league.
Agreed.
She's the face of the league. Agreed.
Just have nothing but great things to say about who she is as a person. Just so welcoming and so warm as an individual that she can have a conversation with anybody. She's cut from the same cloth as me in that regard. You know what? Us Midwesterners, we tend to just, accept everybody with open arms. She was so kind to my family and everyone in the suite when she came to KC. So huge fans of Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark is the biggest draw in women's basketball. And without her, many fans just aren't going to tune in.